Arkadaşlar merhaba. Bugün Vampyr adlı oyunumuza kaldığımız yerden gene devam ediyoruz. Kısaca bir görevlerimize bakalım. Bu eczaneye gitmemiştik daha. Telma'yı kimin gözetlediğini bulacaktık. Ana görevimiz ise bu bir tane hasta vardı. Boğazına delik açıp ciğerlerine delik açıp kurtarmaya çalıştığımız. Hani ölmüştü o sırada. Onun kanından aldığımız örneği Doktor Svense'ye götüreceğiz. Önce ana görevimizden bir devam edelim. Doktorumuzun odası neredeydi? Burası, tamam.
Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I never saw symptoms like this when I was in France. Not at all.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Bulduk.
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here. But it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
But the risk of infection using vampire blood could compound the situation.
I know, but your blood now carries remarkable regenerative properties. With our minds and your blood, there's nothing we couldn't cure.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
Hadi. Kendi öldürdüğü kardeşinin cenazesine mi gidecek şimdi? Bir çekil ya. Bizim Hintli doktor değil mi? Acaba önce yan görevlerimi yapsak? Yapalım, XP alalım ya. Önce şu iki kılın görevine gidelim. Doktorla konuşmam varmış.
I need to talk to you, Edgar.
Please do so.
So you manage a hospital financed by a vampire?
Yes, Pembroke was founded by Lady Ashbury. She's also our largest donor.
If I may inquire, how did you meet her?
Well, Jonathan, she sought me out and offered me the position. It's been a very profitable partnership for both parties.
A convenient yet expensive way to have a fresh supply of blood on hand, day and night, don't you think?
All vampires drink blood by nature. Me, I praise the lady's exemplary moral fiber.
Do you know anything about the vampire hunters in the East End?
Without a doubt, it's the Guard of Priwen. Zealots to the last man.
Where do they come from?
Once they shared the Brotherhood's ideology on non-intervention, but they concluded vampires were a scourge.
They're definitely well organized and equipped.
They're extremely dangerous and not to be trifled with. To them, you're a feral beast, and I, your accomplice.
Nurse Crane will not be returning to Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, really? Did something happen? She seems such a very capable woman.
She was blackmailing Lady Ashbury. Thought she was murdering patients as some sick upper-class game.
Nurse Crane was playing a dangerous game. She's lucky Lady Ashbury abhors violence.
We'll talk later. I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
Kaç tane var burada? Bunları alırız ya.
Leech spotted! Watch out! We have to stop him! Burn it, boys! I'll kill it! Filthy fucking beast!
Şu ısırmanın hasarını arttırmak lazım ya. Bu da bossmuş ya. Gel. Kaç tane bir... Ha, ışınlanıyormuş. Bak şimdi. Heh. Tüh, boşa gitti pençe. Adamın gölgesi de vuruyor ya. Bir. Yapma oğlum. Buradan verme. Hadi bir bayıl. Az daha götürüyordu ya. Kanda kalmadı.
Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move.
Başka bir şey var mı? İyice bakalım da. Görev tamam. Geri götüreceğiz. Yakındaysa buna gidelim bakalım. Neyse, ana görev de orada zaten. Çektik. Tamam. Fare mare de yok. Birazcık kan alsak.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Görevini
I'll leave you,
yapmadık da.
Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Şunun ilaçlarını verelim.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage?
Bir tane doğru adam yok ki
Then there are
hepsinde.
the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed.
Yalan.
Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
I want to know about these secret tests you run. And if they can save people from this epidemic, speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
You have my support, Dr. Strickland. I know exactly what it feels like to battle an unknown disease, with only your mind and force of will to help you.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You don't know what that means to me.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Goodbye, Dr.
Yeter
Strickland.
bu kadar, öbürüne bakalım şimdi.
I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
You have the right to disapprove of our methods.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Ben gene aynı
Goodbye,
adama
Dr.
gelmişiz.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
You seem worried about the safety of your family. And it's obviously the reason why your wound troubles you so much.
I cannot give up on my children now. They both need me living.
What about their mother, if I may ask?
She died in 1915 during one of the first Zeppelin raids.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Bunu da bir tedavi
Is there
edelim.
anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
Really? Why has no one else asked me that since I got here? I thought I was in a hospital.
Unfortunately, you are not the only person who needs help. And complaining about it won't do you any good.
Well, perhaps you're right, Dr. Reed. I'm sure if me missus was still alive, she wouldn't be happy with me going on like this.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Bir kıl buydu herhalde.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Do you think Dr. Strickland has any chance of curing the Spanish flu by himself?
His wish to cure the sick is not driven by pride, but by an idealistic view about our mission here. Honestly, I don't know which is worse.
You consider him a good practitioner, yet you will not report his methods.
Strickland may be a rival, but I will not use dirty tricks or regulations to prove him wrong. We are doctors, not politicians.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reed. We do not see you in surgery very often.
Thank you for your time.
Görevi de tamamladık sanırım. Bu neydi? Evet. Buraya getirecek.
Strickland's project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Aykroyd.
Ne yapacağız? Hayda, buyur buradan yak. Şimdi hangisine güveneceğiz? O kadar yaptık, ilacı verelim bari. Dur bir saniye. Bir tane anemi ilacı yapalım. Bronşit yapalım. Bunu yapamıyoruz. Bundan hiç karşılaşmadık aslında. Etrafa da bakıyorum ki itemler çıkıyor.
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Anahtar yok mu buralarda acaba? Neyse ya, biz doktorların yanına gidelim ya. Buradan değil. Bak, kıl.
A year! You have the right to disapprove.
Gel bakalım.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Al.
I have managed to improve the mixture by diluting it. Have you ever heard of Sir Joseph Francis Olive, or the placebo effect?
No, I don't think so. Why?
A placebo is a substance or procedure that has no actual physical effect.
You made a placebo of my project. Why?
Research has established that a placebo, as long as the subject believes in the effect, can provoke a positive physiological reaction.
Really? That's fascinating. And you want me to, what, administer the placebo and see what occurs?
Something like that, yes.
Well, I'm a bit surprised, but I trust you, Dr. Reed. Please take the key to my cabinet and put this placebo there for future use.
Did you know Dr. Ackroyd never reported your experimental research, despite the fact he doesn't agree with it?
Really? I didn't suspect he knew about my work. I must confess I am surprised.
Perhaps he thinks you should realize for yourself the danger of what you're doing.
See how condescending he can be? My God, he can be so irritating.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Dolabı nereden bulacağız şimdi?
I will not let you down, my boy.
I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
My sweet girl. Treats me like a boy. You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Üst katta mı nedir ya? Bu nasıl bir harita Allah aşkına ya? Katta herhalde.
It's locked. At least Strickland can't kill anyone with this formula.
Biraz bir araştıralım bakalım neler varmış.
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Başka da bir şey yok. Şimdilik yan görevimiz kalmadı sanırım. Bu var. Buna mı gitsek, cenazeye mi gitsek? Şuna bir gidelim ya. Bayağıdır bekliyor bizi. Neredeymiş? Yakın zaten. çıkıp sokaktan beri gideceğiz. Gideceğiz de canımız da dolmuyor ya. Aynen burada bir yerlerde. İkisini de harcadık artık. Yavaş yavaş. Bunlar kolay.
There's one of them!
Kan içseydim azıcık ya. Kesin mektup vardı diyecektim, ağzımdan aldı lafı. Başka bir şey var mı? Oo. Muhafızların yerel komuta merkezini bul. Kesin bir boss çıkar orada karşımıza. Bu da hala bağırıyor burada ya. Ama oradan gideceğiz mecbur. ...18'de Bismillah. Fena vuruyor. Islak papuçlu oğlanlar çetesi. Böyle de çete ismi olur Allah aşkına ya.
I'm sure Albert would like to know he's been accepted by the Wet Boot Boys.
Kaç kişisiniz siz? Burada bir durum var. Gitti burası.
It's locked.
Kaç. Kaç. Aldık mı bunu? Aldık. Ama da mektup çıkıyor ya. Diyeceğim mektubu. Bu. Artık durmadı. Bunu daha görmedik. Buna baktık. Buradan atlayacağız. Hop.
What happened? Who are you?
It's all right, sir. You're safe now.
Oh, a fellow Englishman. Thank you, sir. For a moment, I thought those bloody heathens had killed me.
What are you doing here? This place is not safe.
Yeah, it's a cesspool, but it's mine. I came to collect some overdue rent. But those who still live here have gone completely bonkers.
You're very lucky to be alive.
Yeah, filthy immigrants. Fucking savages, every one of them. And now with this bloody fever, they're just animals.
You can find safety of sorts in Whitechapel. If you're quick and cautious, you'll be able to avoid the savages. You had better return to Whitechapel.
Safety isn't really an issue in Whitechapel, because you never...
Hadi git ya. Var mı buralarda bir şey? Neredeyiz? Oo, kaç tane var ya?
Better go home, sir. You bloody stupid! Steady, boy! We've got one of them!
Sen de gel bakayım. Mouse takıldı. Gene yol kapalı. Oo, 17, 16. Hem de 3 tane. Tam da gitmemiz gereken yer ya. Gel gel.
Best turn around if I were you. A leech! A leech!
Biri gitti. O değil, o değil. Bu. Başka yok mu? 3 taneydi bunlar. Yine biz yavaş yavaş gidelim de. Başka bir şey yok mu ya? Kasa varmış. Ne yapıyoruz? Hastaneye mi dönsek? Cenazeye mi gitsek? Öyle gelirsek hastane daha yakın.
Reads me like a book.
Neredeydi bizim çatlak kadın? Heh, burada.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
I have made inquiries about the men who were tracking you, Miss Howcroft.
I did not expect a mortal to have this sort of courage. Speak, Doctor. Why are they hunting me down?
It was a misunderstanding. These hunters were in fact looking for a very different creature, but they mistakenly put their sights on you.
I knew it. I have become undone. Those hunters have discovered me, but they don't know what I'm capable of.
If you'll accept some advice from a petty mortal, I think you should assume a low profile and just quietly disappear into the shadows.
You are right. And you have served me well, mortal. Take this as a reward for your time. Perhaps I will allow you to drink deep of my blood. One day.
Bu da kaşınıyor.
I'll keep that proposition in mind. Tell me, Thelma, what do you really know about vampires?
I saw one and he saw me. I watched him hunt and kill. I saw his terrible wounds heal as his victim died. And then I knew I was saved.
You mean you actually saw a vampire? Here in London?
Yes. And it has been the answer to my pain. I must drink and kill to regenerate my decaying body. I am a vampire too.
You have no idea what problems your claim could cause if heard by the wrong people, Miss Howcroft. You must stop this nonsense now.
Why fear the truth? Strange things live in the dark, Dr. Reed. Strange and ancient beings that were here before this island even had a name.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Şimdi cenazeye gidebiliriz.
It's a leech! We have to stop it!
Sen silahını doldurana kadar. Başka var mıydı? Lan. İnfazcıymış bu da. Bunu görmedim yani. Al.
sister. I don't know if I have the strength.
Dur şimdi. Bu ne? Kurtar da levellerine bir bakalım önce. Ya bir dur kadın ya. Tam combo yapıyor. Geldim.
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Xiaoxun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reed. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Gelmişken bir bakalım.
Carnage. Is Father Whitaker's disciple among the bodies, I wonder? This man's far too old to be Samuel. No. By the look of his clothes, this man's a docker. Samuel isn't here. I had better follow the blood trail.
Yakan izleri buraya geliyor işte.
It's locked, all right.
Şurada. Oh. Kaç kişi var orada ya?
As I feared, Samuel no longer preaches the good word.
Julius Peter'in gönderdiği adam mıydı ya? Onun gönderdiği adam. Bir cenazeye gidemedik ya. Bir tane de orada var.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony. Avery, I leave you to care for my mother. I'm in no state to comfort her.
Buradan olur herhalde. Evet.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Bu kız kalkmasın buradan şimdi.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
She was a good person. Vibrant, full of life. She was kindness incarnate, my Mary.
You're a good person, Jonathan. And a young Ekon. A newborn cast into the night without so much as a candle to guide your way.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
Ne desek?
How can I? I've destroyed my family. My poor mother. I can't even console her.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
Thank you, my lady. I will.
Good. But be careful. If I found you here, others may too.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
Bir üstünü örtseydiniz şunun. Allah rızası için. Bıraktı gitti herkes. Oo, yine bir ton yol. Gene ihtiyatlı gidelim de. Bak burada gene kan var. Güvenli ev mi acaba? Evet. Etrafa bakalım. Her yere de para saçmışlar. Silahımızı bir böyle yapsaydı yapabiliyoruz. 160 hasar. Güzel. Bu neymiş? Güzel. Verelim de. Evet. İyi tutacak parçası olsaydı level 4 yapacaktık. Neyse. Saldırı 10, nefes 40. Saldırı 5. Bu da güzel ama tek elmiş bu. Bu iyi ya. Satışgeleri. Bir saniye. Çıkmıyor, bize lazım. Daha tür ilacı yapalım. Yapsak mı acaba? Hadi bir tane de bundan yapalım. Tamamdır. Hasarı arttırmamız lazım. Yetmiyor. 1300 istiyor. Ya arkadaş, bunda da bir gün yatıyoruz, önüne gelen hasta oluyor ya. Tam illetli çıktı. Öyle bir ilaç yok zaten benim envanterde. Biri iyileşiyor. Yorgunluk için ilacımız var. Buna da var, buna da var. Soğuk olması lazım. Bu gidici. Soğuk bir tane var. Başka yapabiliyor muyuz acaba? Potasyum. Şimdi yaparsa ne çıktım ya. Neyse hepsinden var şu an için, gerek yok başka. Bu videomuzu da burada bitirelim arkadaşlar. Belki bölümde görüşmek üzere. Hoşça kalın.